and welcome to WRPB and WRPB Studios. Okay, you guys have been with me years. You know how I feel about being a parrot head and kind of dressing down and just kind of living a relaxed lifestyle in the heat of Florida. But sometimes you have to be a part of the group. You have to show your respect for people. You have to show your respect for the things that you go to or the places that you show up at. For me, it was a gala. I was being installed as an officer at the Stuart Martin Chamber. And I couldn't get away with wearing what I wanted to wear. So my wife and Amy from the chamber was on my case. You need to wear a tuxedo. Well, now I had to figure out about tuxedo. So a year prior, I bought a suit from a company that I believe is a franchise company. And I don't need to mention it. Is it a franchise?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
This is a corporate store.
It's a corporate store. And I wasn't totally unhappy, but it just didn't seem to fit the way I'd like it to fit. And now I had this gala, and now I had to wear a tuxedo. So, you know, I was ready to, if I had any hair on my head, I would pull it out. But I was given a referral to a place called Cardita's. And it's actually, you're basically in the mall, on the mall property?
No, we're actually on the mall property. We're in the same building as Mattress Market and Deidre Market Salon and Spa, which are both great businesses. It's on the corner of Jetson Beach Boulevard and US 1. So if you turn like you're going in the north entrance to the mall, it'd be the first immediate right into the parking lot, and our storefront faces actually McDonald's across the street.
Well, that's how I remembered where it was.
Right.
Okay. So I was told really good things about the place, and I dreaded everything about wearing a tuxedo. But I went in, and I met a young man who was working there.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't ready to. What's his name?
It was probably Joseph, our store manager.
Yeah. I wasn't ready to do anything, but I wanted to see. And he was a wealth of knowledge. And I was like, all right, so I left there, not ready. And as it got closer, as the gala got closer, I gritted my teeth and I headed in, and that's where I met you, Clifford.
Yeah, I remember.
Okay, so next to me is Clifford Pearl. I guess you're the owner.
I am the owner.
So my first question is, where did the name come from?
You know, Cardita was, we started our business 16 years ago. And my wife, when we decided to do this, and I've been in this all my life, but we were opening our own company, she wanted it something we could brand. Something that wasn't Cliff's Tuck Shop or something just similar, something we could broaden our horizons on. So actually we came up with Cardita, which is actually a seashell that's found in South Florida. And I said, okay, honey, I said, I love that, but you know, we need to put our values to this, put the acronyms to it. So creativity, accountability, respect, dignity, integrity, truthfulness, and attitude.
Oh, wow.
So that's what the main foundation of our footprint really is about we treat people the way we want to be treated. And we hold ourselves accountable to the highest level. So,
well, I walked in, and little did I know about anything, and I picked a jacket out, and then you came out and said, no, it's not the right jacket. That's it. That's it. You picked the jacket my wife wanted me to get, but stubborn me wanted a different jacket. And we're going to just discuss that for a second.
sure.
So, the jacket I wanted had the
peak lapels.
the peak lapels.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it means it came to a point. You made me get one. You didn't make me go.
I suggested, okay?
That was just a kind
It's
of.
a shawl collar. It's a little lower gorge on it.
Okay, why?
Because it's obviously we want to make you look and feel as good and as tall as possible, right? So it's like anything else. It brings you
You're saying
up.
I'm short.
No, you
They
said
all know I'm short.
They all know he's short. So the thing of it is you want to pick something that complements you. You know, so a tuxedo's not a tuxedo, a suit's not a suit. So even the color palettes, a lot of people come in, they say, oh, I want to wear tan or I want a blue. You really need to try it on because not all colors look good on everybody. So just because you think this is going to look good, it's really about styling you, whether you're doing a rental or whether you're doing a purchase. It doesn't matter. That's what we do with our customers is we're going to put what's going to look best on you. You need a tuxedo? Great. You came to the right place. Let us do our job and you're going to look like $1 million.
You know, it's interesting because I expected to be in there for, I don't know, 20 minutes, half hour. We were there probably an hour.
Well, we got to shoot in the breeze, and
Right, and I got to learn about the difference between renting and buying, what people look for. I think the most interesting thing for me was, and I'm going to say it wrong, but it's
No.
the thought process is right. When you're a certain height and a body type or whatever, there are things that are made for you and things that are not made for you.
Mm-hmm.
So the shirt, the sleeves
Mhm.
come in this, let's say 29 and 31. And I don't know if those are the exact numbers. I'm the 30, so I'm the one that's in the middle.
He's shorter. His sleeve isn't as. They don't make it in a rental sleeve that short. They don't.
Okay, so am I right? 29 and 31?
31's as small as it comes, short
Okay.
as it comes.
Okay, and that was a little too short.
A little too long.
Oh, okay. I mean, when you're wearing a tuxedo like I was wearing, it made it a little easy because you tuck it in a little bit.
Well, you always want a little bit of cuff to show, no
Right.
matter what you're wearing. So
You know-
whether it's a suit or tuxedo, it doesn't matter. You always want to show at least a 1/4 inch cuff of that shirt.
So we ended up picking the tuck that you suggested.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, because it's a rental, you had to adjust the pants length. If you would have cut that off, you could have made another suit. Okay. How much fold was in mine?
15 inches.
Okay, so it went back up to my knee, basically. Okay, so but it was done that I did not feel the difference. You know,
Right.
It wasn't like I put it on and I ripped
The hem out.
the hem out or whatever.
Right.
Same thing on the sleeves of the jacket.
Mm-hmm.
So all that really went really, really well. And I came to pick it up, and it wasn't done because you wanted to make sure of the sleeves.
I want to make sure the sleeves were correct.
So I had to come back. So come back. Now I pick up the tux, but I didn't try it on when I came back. I didn't try it on until the night of the thing.
I'm sure.
And I'm like, this better fit me right. 'Cause
If
peop-
not, I'm calling Cliff, and he's going to meet me at the store, right?
Well, and here's another thing. Because I had to come back, Cliff was upset that I had to come back. Well, not because he was concerned that I kind of come back, and, you know, we all work for a living.
Sure.
And he was willing to take time and drive up to my place to drop it off to me.
Yeah.
But I was there, it didn't matter. I was heading south and I had to pass by anyway,
Right.
so it was no big deal. So the night comes of the event, and now I'm take the tuck out of the thing, and I'm praying that everything fits me. And everything fit. The only thing that didn't fit, it could have fit better in my opinion,
Mhm.
was the jacket. If we could have moved the button over, I don't know if we could have moved the button over just a little bit, because I probably gained some weight in between being measured and then getting the jacket.
It's all.
I mean, I was able to button it, but I was happy unbuttoning it. But I will say this: I got a million compliments.
Beautiful.
Okay, and I know if I hate if my friends watch this, because they all told me you looked great and you should have a tuxedo. My wife hates when I say tux. And I got all these compliments, and it really did make me feel good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the right tuxedo, tailored properly, made me feel really good.
Right.
But you do more than just rentals, right?
Absolutely.
So when we got lost in talking, we spoke about custom shirts. I had two made for me years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Ironically enough, they were $95 back then.
Mm-hmm.
Times surely have changed.
Mm-hmm.
Renting a tuck for my first wedding was probably $49.
Right.
Okay. There's nothing better than a shirt that's custom made for you.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't get a better feel. Why do people come in and make custom stuff? I mean, our bodies change constantly.
Well, it's not even so much that. I think a lot of times what we experience is, number one, they want to treat themselves to something special. Number two, you know, a lot of our guys are working out in the gym. you know, and they're fit. So their upper body doesn't measure up to their waistline. They've gotten big chests, big arms. So they can't go buy anything off the rack that's going to fit them properly. They have to typically buy something 2 or 3 sizes bigger to get their upper body and arms in it, and then take it to the tailor and have it trimmed down. So when it comes to custom clothing, you get to pick the fabric, you pick your collar, you pick your cuff, you pick your buttons, you pick your thread. So even at that level, it's a whole different arena, and everything from suits to shoes to shorts to seersucker, it doesn't matter what it is, you get to pick it out. So I'm wearing a custom shirt right now, so it's a spread collar, different fabric and French cuff. You see I have my initials
I
put
love
on
that.
there.
I think it's,
So it's one of those things that and then once I have your measurements, let's just say you don't change that much. I have women coming in, I have the spouses coming in saying, Cliff, can you order 2 more shirts? Let me pick out the fabrics. He needs these, he needs that. He loves the fit, loves the fabrics. So now we make it even easier for the process because typically you don't even have to come in. You know, if you called me up and said, hey, Cliff, I can shoot you over some swatches or I'll run them by your office and take a pic. Once we have the fitting, it's taken care of.
that's on the men's side. Do you do women's stuff?
We don't do ladies. We just strictly do the men's.
Okay, but you have a fairly large facility,
We do.
and I'm just talking about the front. I know you have a whole facility in the back. But so when you do men's, you do tucks.
We do
rental.
tuxedos, we do rentals, we do retail sales. We have off-the-rack merchandise. We have beautiful Italian neckwear. We do custom shoes. We stock our shoes as well, but all of our shoes are handmade in Spain. So if you wanted to be your own designer, you can be your own designer. You pick out the fabric, you pick out the style, the color, all the above. So even the custom arena is so good right now because you might have a vision of what you're looking for, and sorry, the other stores don't have it, and online might have something similar too, but sorry, we're out of your size. When it comes to custom, it's never out of stock. You just place your order. So it allows you to use your imagination and create what it is that you're looking for versus something that you've seen.
Okay, so
You make it your own.
let's say I need a custom shirt.
Mhm.
So I come in, first time, you get all the measurements and whatever. How long does it take?
Generally, on any of the custom items, it's 4 to 6 weeks. It just depends on the calendar year. A lot of times the factories will close, you know, for the holidays and stuff of that nature. So it's all about timing. But I always give myself at least 4 to 6 weeks, whether it be a suit, a shirt, a pair of shoes, or anything. And if it comes in sooner than that, great. If not, we always fall within that 4 to 6 week timeline.
So you said something interesting because now that I'm on the board, I have 5 more galas to go to just for the chamber.
Mm-hmm.
And we were thinking about how much it costs to rent if I had to rent them 5 more times. If the price stayed the same, which it won't, because it's just, that's the way of the world.
Right.
So I said, well, I'll get a custom tuxedo. But according to you, I can actually buy off the rack and have a custom done for me.
We can have it tailored to you. The difference with custom is you pick all the elements and the components. So when it comes to off the rack, you're subject to what's available. So it's like the tuxedo that you wore. It's a beautiful tuxedo. It's out of our rental stock, and we sell a lot of those. Okay, but you didn't have any design in that. It's already done. Okay, so if you came to me and said, "Oh, I love that style lapel, but I'd like it a little bit wider, and instead of it being center vented in the back, I want it side vented, and I want my name in it, I want my initials in it, I want to pick this lining," that's all part of the custom, and then we fit it to you. When you buy off the rack, you just go buy something, and then, oh, you can bring it in, or we'll have it, you know, trimmed down the side so it's a little snugger in the body or something of that nature, but there's no custom elements to it. Custom is when we make it for you. Tailored is when we sell it off the rack and we have it tailored to you.
So so the interesting thing is, so if I went tailored, I'd still have to buy a custom shirt.
In your situation,
for me.
yes.
I have no choice.
Or I could sit there and we can do an off the rack shirt and I can have my tailor cut the sleeves off and put the cuffs back on it. And again, but there again, you're going to pay that additional fee to
Right.
have that done, and you still don't have any components or elements that you might want on that shirt.
Yeah, I have an issue.
You know what I'm saying? Nope. We could have that done, but that's now the embroidery shop. So that's another element of.
So, who is the prime person to buy a tux, and who's the prime person to buy one off the rack?
There's really, that's personal taste. That is really personal taste. If you just say, I just need a tuxedo, no frills, I'm good. So then you buy something off the rack. I have beautiful Italian piece goods off the rack. They're in the $700-800 range. It's all about the piece goods and the, where it's made and stuff of that nature. But really, it's sometimes the people that I wouldn't think would order custom, and some people I think should order custom, they're happy with off the rack.
All right.
So there's no fine line to that.
When you're buying off the rack, you're actually buying the pants and the jacket.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else is a la carte.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so do people, I'm curious your opinion, still do cummerbunds?
Very rarely.
Because I saw only like 2 out of 200 people with cummerbund.
Yeah. Typically, no. Most everything today is now, everything in the suit or the tuxedo arena is more of a slim and trim and fitted look. And it's more about a suspender. Even the vests have kind of gone passe as well.
I was just about to ask you.
We don't do much with vests. You don't want to look like the bartender or the waiter. And that's what happens a lot of times. You take your jacket off. Well, can you get me a drink? No. So, it's more about just that real clean, fine line look is what you want. And you look great in that tuxedo. I mean, it's slim. Everything looked fantastic.
Yeah.
And that's what you're looking for. It is, especially in Florida, it's one less layer. So it's going to be a little cooler as well, but much more fashion forward.
I thought it fit and looked great. I made the joke up until that day that I'm going to pick up my penguin suit. I look like a penguin, but what I got from people who read that post was, my God, you're a good-looking penguin. But again, I credit where credit's due. It's part of the way you made it fit to fit me.
That's what we do. I mean, when it comes to rental, I take pride in what we do. Never say we're the best, but we love what we do, and we're going to make sure we do the best job we can do for you.
Oh, see, different than we are. We say we're the best.
Everybody else is number one. We got to be number two.
Makes you try harder. You know what? And not try. Again, the situation is that you want to look your best.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the interesting is that a whole bunch of people were wearing tuxedos.
Yeah.
But I stood out because I never get dressed up.
Everybody's like, look at
And
Wayne.
2 is people, the other side, the people that have tuxedos and look great in it, know what it's like to get fitted for a tuxedo, and body style or body type is going to change how you look in that item. So they know, because of me being short and broad shoulders and stuff, that I was going to have an issue, and it would look, and you know this better, but it wouldn't look right either being short, so then the length would be too long if it's going to fit on my shoulders, because I need something bigger. But it really fit really well, and I hope my wife doesn't watch this.
She's going to
But
watch.
I felt good in that tuxedo.
You're supposed to. It's like anything else. It's amazing. We see everything from the little guys coming in that are in the wedding parties to the grandfather of the bride that's coming in, and we dress them. And the comment I hear more than anything, 2 of them. Number 1, I didn't think it was supposed to be comfortable. And it's like, then I'll hear the spouse is sitting over here saying, you haven't looked that good in years.
Yeah.
So it's making sure that you're styled correctly, making sure you're putting on the right fit, because there's so many different variations. In trousers, we have 5 different fits. So it's not like one is good for everybody. Body type, it all determines the fit of the garment. So no matter how big or how small, we're going to make you look, like $1 million.
All right, we're getting top of time. How do people find you? You have a website?
Website, it's carditaformwear.com. We're on Facebook as Cardita Formwear as well, and Instagram is Cardita Style. We're located outside the Treasure Coast Mall at 3325 Northwest Treasure Coast Drive.
And you have a phone number.
772-261-8169.
Everybody, I say it a million times, use a professional. If you don't use a professional, it's going to cost you 5 times more in money and 10 times more in frustration. Everybody use a professional. Check Carditas out.
Thank you, Wayne. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.